Hello, everyone. Hello out there. Hello. We are having a live stream today. Hello, everybody out there. Hello. Please join in. Join in into the live stream. Hello, everybody. It's Mary Z, Easy Recipes. Hello, the Bad Files. Hello. The Bad Files were the first to come into the live stream. Incredible. Hello, the Bad Files. How are you doing? And how is everybody? I hope you are good. I hope everything is fine. Hello. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome. We're happy to have you in the live stream. Hello. Feel free to just give your sentiments and to just join in the live stream. I'm really happy to have you today. I'm really happy. Hello. We are waiting for other people to join in. Join in, guys. It's just like a little fraction of your day. We are just taking a little fraction of your day. So join in the live stream. It's Mary Z over here asking for your audience. It's Mary Z, Easy Recipes, asking for your audience. Hello. Join in. We are looking for more and more people to join in. As you join in, you can always, give us some likes. We're looking for more subscribers. We are looking for more people to watch my videos so that the life becomes easy. So how have everyone been today? How was everyone today? Today is, let me just check, is the 11th of November. The 11th of, so it's 11/11. Oh, amazing. I didn't even know that. So today is 11/11. So join in, guys, so that we can have a good chat. Hello, everybody. Hello. Today is the 11th of the 11th, so it's a very, it's a lucky day today to host a live stream. These days do not easily come by, like double notation, 11. They don't usually appear in that form, like all the time on a Tuesday. The difference here is the Tuesday. Yeah, next year we are going to have another 11 of the 11. Maybe it will be on another day, but today it's on a Tuesday. So welcome everybody. Welcome to the live stream. I'm extremely happy to host this live stream, and I am thanking everyone who is here, like the Bad Files. And check on the Bad Files. They have a channel and their content is amazing. It's amazing. So we are just asking, the audience to support us. All we need is the support. Keep on piling those subscriptions. We keep on inviting the subscriptions. We won't stop to ask for the subscriptions, because that's the reason we are here on the YouTube channel. We just hope more and more people will join in and will subscribe to our channels. So I'm really happy today to host this live stream. So I can just start by just giving a short introduction of myself. My name is Mary Z Easy Recipes. I do lots of videos. I do short, I do long form videos, and I also have some playlists which I just urge the special audience to just you know um, watch the shorts just for entertainment purposes, and also the videos are there for entertainment, and they're also like they have some little some ideas here and there, so it's just like well informing the special audience, and entertaining the special audience. So that's all what we are doing on the channel. We really like to amaze the audience. We like the audience to say, oh, that's the real thing. So we are still doing it, and we try. Oh, we have a new guest in the house. It's King's Lot. King's Lot. Hello, King's Lot. It's lovely to have you in the live stream, and feel free and feel at home, because this is the home of Mary Z Easy Recipes, and I'm really appreciative of everybody who comes to the live stream. And just feel free to air your sentiments. Feel free, if you have any questions, you are free to ask. We also have a new guest in the house. This is Vicky Harvey. Hello, Vicky. Hello, Vicky Harvey. Vicky Harvey is saying hi to everybody. Hello, Vicky. How was your day? And Vicky Harvey said she has already subbed, which is amazing. And I am really grateful for that, Vicky Harvey. And I hope you will find it a warm house. It's like when visitors come, like we are now in winter, so what do? You have to switch on the heating so that everyone feels comfortable. So that's what we always try to do, when we hold these live streams. We want everybody to feel warm, and maybe in other areas it's hot, and everyone to feel cool as well. So Vicky Harvey is saying, how good, how was yours? Oh, my day was really perfect. When a day is perfect, it means it's just like a normal day, which I am really grateful for, because all we need is just normal days, normal days, normal days. Yeah. Vicky Harvey is saying it's getting really cold. Yeah, it's getting really cold where I am. And, what can we do? We just try to keep ourselves warm, to keep ourselves warm. Vic Harvey is saying, yeah, nice. Yeah, that's true. I do totally agree. Vic Harvey is saying, and dark, and dark. Yeah, it's getting dark. So it's like 4:30. It's already getting dark, and the children are just rushing home from school. And the day is already, the night is already folding in. So we are happy today. We can't complain, because those are the seasons which we live in, and we just go by the seasons, and enjoy the life. Vicky is saying, Vic Harvey is saying, yeah, she is agreeing with me. So welcome everybody. Feel free to be in the house of Mary Z Easy Recipes. And like I said, as you come in, just do the likes. And as you come in, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do consider. Do always consider. We want people to consider. When you consider, they say, oh yes, let me subscribe. Vic Harvey saying, I'm gonna go now. Bye bye. Have a good rest of the day. Thank you, Vicky, for passing by. I really appreciate your presence and your amazing support. I really am grateful. So today is another beautiful day, and we are happy to be holding a live stream. So we're hoping that other people will join in and have a fantastic time together. And people can tell us where they are connecting from here, because it's all about connecting. Where are you connecting from? And how was your day? What else can I ask? And do you have any sentiments to just air, or do you have any questions to ask? We'll be pleased to have that's those sentiments. Um, King Sloth is saying, where do you get that Mickey Mouse picture? Oh, this picture, I I bought it from a shop. I don't remember where this shop was. In a certain town, I bought it in a shop. So we are happy today to be having a beautiful, beautiful live stream. And we have a topic which we have today. It is, I hope you'll find it worth, the topic, worth the discussion. King's Lord says, it's so cool. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I will just keep it. I nearly sold it at one time because you know what? I have a hobby. I did. I nearly sold that poster at one time. So when I, so unfortunately, the person didn't buy it, but I nearly sold it. So so I'm not going to sell it anymore because I have hobbies. One of the hobbies is I like cooking, and the other one is I like gardening, and the other hobby. Uh, oh, King's Lord is going. He's saying, "I'm gonna go by. Bye. Have a good rest of your day." Oh, thank you so much. We will have a good time and have a good night. If it's night where you are, King's Lords, have a good night. And we have a new visitor in the house. That's Chana Z. Chana Z's Twist. Chana Z Twist is saying, hello, sis. And Chana Z is saying, the fourth like. Wow, okay. Thank you so much, Chana Z. It is really a pleasure to have you in the live stream. And I hope all is good with you, Chana Z. And Chana is saying, please, I'm here at the back, sis. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, I know you always support Chanazi, which is amazing. And I am really thankful for that. And she's just got from work. I know work, I know work, I know how it is. When you come back from work, you need to sort out one or two things, before the night falls. I don't know what time it is there, Chanazi, because here it's 7:45 in the night. We call it evening. Yeah, it's still evening. And Chanazi says, you are welcome, sis. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. A beautiful response. So we are here again today, and we are very happy to be here. And we hope everyone out there is having a very good time. And we know the seasons do change. Seasons change. And maybe where you are in summer, maybe you are in winter already, maybe you are in autumn, or maybe you are in spring. And, that's how the planet is like. This mother planet, it is amazing with its different seasons and different, time zones and different geographical, they call them geographical regions. Geographical regions. So we're still happy. And Chanazi says, it's 11:45. Wow, is it? Oh, that's amazing. Wow, 15 to 12. Okay. Wow, so it's quite different from here. So we are still saying, you see, that's what I'm saying about the mother planet. The mother planet is amazing. It has its own thing, different time zones and different geographical, regions. Like some are in the north, called northern hemisphere. Some are in the south, which is called the southern hemisphere. And and that's why we experience different seasons and different climates. So that's the earth. So we are really happy today because we are having this chance again of coming together and just chatting the nights and the evening away. We are just chatting the evening away. So I'm still waiting for more and more people to join. Join in, guys. Join in, join in. So that we can have a fantastic time together. Join in, join in, join in. So that we can have a good time together. We need to have a good time together. Yeah, we're still waiting for people to join in. People, join in, join in. Join in, join in. So that we can talk about, anything of our liking, of anything of our choice. So join in, join in. Join in, and then we can talk about anything of our choice. So the other day I was just saying, um, we need to know, we need to know these places. Oh, we have black people. Black people are us, the chosen, sorry, are the chosen of God. Oh, welcome, black people. It's lovely to have you in the live stream, black people. I hope you are having a good time. And how was your day, black people? Thanks so much for coming over to the live stream. I really appreciate your presence. I really appreciate. So thank you so much. So we are still having people coming in, which is awesome, and which is really something to be thankful for. When people do good to you, you need to say thank you as always. Just to say thank you, which is a good, they call it courtesy. Yeah. So when people do good to you, to us, we always should be thankful. It is just a type of courtesy. So we are happy today. Black people is saying, I'm doing well, and how are you? I'm doing very well, black people. It's only it's only nowadays it's getting a bit, the temperatures are diving, they're like diving. But otherwise it's still okay. We are really having a good time. It's just a little bit cool, but very good. We cannot complain, we cannot complain. So we are happy, happy, happy to have this good time together. Now I always want to mention where people are. People are like in the continents, like Africa. People are in the continent of Africa, and we are waiting for them to join in. I don't know what's happening down there. What's happening? We have just a few people joining from Africa. We have some people do join as well from Asia, which is beautiful. And people also do join from Australia and the Oceanic. And people join in from Europe on the map. And from North America. We have lots of people who come from North America, the United States, and the other one. And we also have South America. Sometimes they do join in, which is beautiful. So we are happy today because we are having people from all corners of the world. And this is a sign that we are just one big family. We are just one big village. So some people say, oh, we are just one big, what else can you say? Big family. I think that's the best. So I just want to, while we wait for other people to join in, let's just, the other day I just mentioned the countries of Asia. So today I just want to mention, the countries of Europe, so that maybe if we mention them, they'll say, "Oh, present, we are here," and maybe they might come and join us. So black people is saying, "China Z twist, hello, and blessings." Oh, that's beautiful, black people, to greet our guests. So greeting each other is really amazing. So we keep on hoping more people will join in. So as we wait for the people to join in, let's just mention some of these countries of Europe so that when you hear them next, you see, oh, you'll say, oh, I hate this country. I hate Mary Z Easy Recipes, calling out this country. And, I never knew that this country is in Europe. So from today, when I call them out, you will now remember. If someone says Albania, you will know that Albania is in Europe. So I'm just quickly going to mention the countries of Europe so that we just are aware. We just are aware, of these countries. We can call these international countries. When we know them, it's good. It just feels good, to know that there's a country called Albania, Andorra. There's one called Armenia. Imagine there are 44 countries in Europe, approximately. I think there are 44. So we have Austria. So these countries, some of them, to me, some of them are just like hidden. I'm not really familiar with them. So if I maybe talk about them and maybe name them, then we'll just have an idea. Europe has 44 countries. Usually we would think maybe there are only about 6 because there are like maybe 10 which are really popular. But knowing the other countries is also a very good thing to do. So I was saying Albania, Andorra, Armenia, Austria, Azerbaijan, um, Belarusi, Belgium. Some of them I don't really know them. But let's see. We have Bosnia, Herzegovina, and we have Bulgaria, we have Croatia, and we have Cyprus. I used to work with some people from Croatia, and that's how I came to know about Croatia. Otherwise, it was just like dormant in my mind. Some things are dormant in our minds, and we just need to keep up with the information so that we are familiar and we know how beautiful it is to know that there's a country called Azerbaijan, to know that there's a country called Bosnia, or a country called Croatia. And there's also Cyprus. I think I have a faint idea where Cyprus is. Near Greece there. And say Czechia. And there's also a country called Denmark. All these are countries of Europe, and which we should just be familiar with, because we are one village. We are just they call it globe, the planet. We are just one, and we should also know about others in the globe, on the globe. And we have Estonia. Oh, no. Estonia. I have been reading about Estonia today. Yeah, I've read something about Estonia. I think if I remember it, I will just say it later. And there's Finland. Finland. And there's France. Yes, France is there as well. We all know France is quite a popular country. We have Georgia and Germany. Germany is very popular as well. We have Greece, maybe popular to me. Some of them are they're just, no, I know them, but some of them I don't really know about them. But countries like Germany, I've heard lots of things about Germany. Oh, we have a new guest in the house. This is Sunship Sowell saying, Mama Mary, how are things? Things have been good, Sunship Sowell. It's only the past few days I was just in and then out, in and out. With this, when you have lots of things to look at in the family, so you have to be everywhere sometimes. So otherwise, I'm really good. And how are you, Sunsip? So how are you today? And how was your weekend and everything? Aaron is here. Aaron says, guess who is back? I know, it's Aaron is back. Thank you, Harold, for coming back. We are really happy to have you in the live stream. We have Roblox Gamer. Yeah, I have seen this one before as well. You are such a good YouTuber. Oh, thank you. Roblox Gamer is saying, I like your videos. Wow, she's been watching. Guys, I told you that you need to just pop into them and see the see the shots. Then when you see the shots, you will be amazed that, oh, this is Mary Ziz doing her thing, and you will love them. Just visit the channel, see the shots. What else can you see there? You can see the long form videos, and when you see them, you see her cooking. Yeah, she does the cooking, I tell you. Mary recipes, she does the cooking. Although she's not that chef, but she does the cooking. So we're happy today to have people coming in to just have a whiling up time. We are just whiling up time, and we are just like entertaining each other, which is the basis. Entertainment holds a firm place in our lives. We need entertainment, so that we do distress. Is it called distress, or we just push that stress away from us because we are having some entertainment. So Roblox Gamer is just saying hi everybody. And black people the chosen said, oh, Sunship Soil. Hello, brother. Hello. And the blessings to you, Sunship Soil. That's beautiful. When brothers greet each other like that. Sunship Soil is saying, Kelukeni, Kelukeni. I I think I hope that is a greeting. I wonder what language that one is. Is it Swahili? Probably. Aaron says, do you live in Britain? Yes, I do. That's where I am. That's where I am at the moment. Yeah, I live here. And San Ipso says, chosen of God. Yeah, San Ipso is returning the regards. When they regard you, you need to return the regards. When they say hello, you say hello. Wow, what a beautiful way to greet each other. We have a new guest in the house. That is a football underscore top 3 is saying, hey yo. We are okay. We are very fine. How are you, football? I hope you are fantastic. I hope everything's good with you. Roblox Gamer says, you videos is so good. Keep it up. Wow. What a compliment. There's a comment and then there's a compliment. When someone gives you a comment, it just says, oh, that's very good. But when someone gives you a compliment, it means it's over the top. It's excellent. It's excellent. So Roblox is giving me an over the top comment, which is called a compliment. So I'm really thankful for that, and I'm grateful. We have Lucy Warren's World coming here to support Mary's recipes. Welcome, Lucy Warren. I am really happy to see you in the live stream, and feel free to enjoy the live stream, because this house, I tell you, it's a house of of all the entertainment you can think of. It's just a welcoming people, which is really a good thing. So Lucy, feel free and be happy and share your sentiments with the audience, or if you have any questions or whatever. Sandy Gipso is saying, Mama Mary, window is loading. Yeah, it is. I'm just freezing, but what can I do? The freezing is better, than, than when it rains too much, So we are happy because we can manage the weather. And we'll see how it goes. We have James C. Master, more of money. Is it money? Of money. Of money. James, Master of money. James is saying, Mary, how are you feeling today? I just want to say hi and see your smile for a bit. Oh, James, what a compliment. What a way of entering. When you enter, when we enter the celebration, then you say those beautiful words. Oh, thank you for saying that. You are always welcome to the live stream and feel free to ask questions. Feel free to utter any sentiments, and feel free to give us some ideas of other things. Maybe you might know how we can what do we can do something else like a recipe or whatever. Then feel free just to share the ideas, of anything. So today we feel help again. I was just saying we need to know, these places. And tomorrow, I promise, I'm going to be saying, those states, the states. I really want to say them because I have lots of friends who are living in North America. So I need to mention like Wisconsin and what is the other one? And Boston. What's the other one? Tomorrow is the day we are going to be mentioning the states of America. Yeah, Virginia, something like that. I'm not really familiar. I haven't been to America, but you never know. Maybe one day at a time. Maybe one day I might be flying on the Virgin or on whatever, airway and head towards the New York City. You never know. So I do love America, because the people there are quite friendly. I've seen them. I've just been, like roaming around the YouTube platform, and you see these Americans. Wow, they are really great. They're just nice people. Most of them are really nice. So we have Roblox Gamer saying, your video, oh, I've read that one. Precious is here today. MV Vlog. Hello, Precious. It's lovely to meet you here. I know you've been here before. Precious M Vlog. It's Precious M Vlog. Welcome to the live stream, Precious. And feel free to check on the other, the others, what I mean by the others, them. We can always connect with others. You can always just take note of them and then check out their channels. And by doing that, you make more friends, you make new friends. Because what else do we need? We just need friends. That's all what we need mostly. So check on each other, and life will be good, if you do that. So we are really happy today to be hosting another live stream. So I was saying, do you know Germany? Do you know Greece? Do you know Hungary? Do you know a country in Europe called Iceland? I wonder why it was called Iceland. Maybe it's to do with this snow thing. And there's another country called Italy. Italy. It's really popular. People love to go to Italy on holiday. And there's Kazakhstan. Oh, that country. It is like, I'm not really familiar with it. I need to maybe read deeper into some of these countries. There's also Kosovo. I know that one. And there's Latvia. It's also a European country. Roblox said, I am never leaving when it is the live is done. Oh, what an honor, Roblox. That means you are really one of the special ones. You are special. Lucy Warren is giving us some support there and just listening, which is superb. So we have a country called Lithuania, Luxembourg. We might wonder why I'm reading these countries of Europe. It's just to familiarize, because you never know. One day you might meet a person from Malta. Then you wonder, Malta, is it in Africa? Is it part of the United States? Or is it in Southern America? Or is it in Asia? So knowing them is beautiful. So we have this Malta, Moldova, and we have Monaco. Oh, I know Monaco. It's like they do some, isn't it car racing, which they do there in Monaco. And there's Montenegro. I wonder why it's called that. And there's Norway and Poland. Oh, I know Poland because I worked with many Polish people where I was working. So yeah, they were talking about they're just friendly people. I was working with friends from Poland. So we also have Portugal, Europe, and Romania. Yeah, I have a friend from Romania. You see, I tell you, when you go to these workplaces, you meet the many people from various countries. So imagine, I still remember some people from Romania, friends. And we also have Russia and San Marino, and we have Serbia, Slovakia, and the other one of the giants of Europe. And people go there like, I don't know, Spain. So the list goes on. We have Sweden, and Switzerland, you know, Turkey, Ukraine, United Kingdom. And then the last on the list, these are just like in alphabetical order. We have the Vatican City. Vatican City. It is where the Pope lives. So this is just a quick reminder of the European countries. And Roblox Gamer says, like and subscribe to Mary. Yeah, encourage them, dear Roblox. You are doing the good thing. That's the best ever. Of encouraging our guests to subscribe to the channel. Because I'm still looking for, I don't know how many I need. I don't know. But I think I need like, how many do I need? If I could get like, I can't tell the number, but I know I need many. I don't know what many is. Maybe it's infinity. You never know. If I get infinity, that will be the end of it. So it's just joking. It's just trying to be happy, happy. So we have China Z is expressing lots of love and hugs and everything you can ask for. So check on China Z. She has beautiful channel as well. And check on Lucy Warren is beautiful channel. And check on, I don't know if Roblox you have a channel. You tell me whether you have a channel. Precious M vlog, yeah, check on her as well. And who else? Yeah, I know there is Roblox football on and underscore on and I don't know if he has a channel. We'll double check. And I know Sansip Sowell has a channel. He has a fantastic channel. He has a sort of similar hobby with me. This goes into some agriculture at some time. So check on him. And who else is here? Black people are the chosen. He has a channel. Check out on him. He does incredible videos, lots of teaching in his channel, which is beautiful. And Chanazi, I've mentioned Chanazi. Chanazi does lots of cooking, and she is like healthy. She will just explain to you the importance of certain drinks, the importance of certain diets. And it is quite, she has lots of ideas on food. And about Kings, I don't know Kings if he has a channel. He will tell me if he has a channel. Then we can always like shout out. I am giving this shout out. And Vicky is supporting. And Kings, maybe he will tell us. And the Body Fowls. The Body Fowls are they have an incredible channel, and their content is quite uplifting. I love it's quite informative, uplifting, and they'll tell you some things which we don't know, which is amazing. So it's always beautiful to check on each other and always beautiful to connect on each other. And don't forget the host. The host is saying, like people say, there is the host behind everything, When we are here, the host is Mary Z is recipes. So the black people say, just check on it, check out on Mary Z is recipes. So that, we fly together, we just, you know, we just succeed together, and it will be pleasing to find out that every one of us is really at the top of everything. It will be really amazing. So today again we have an interesting topic. We do have an interesting topic. And before we go to the topic, I wonder if there's anyone who has something to say, or is there anyone who has some questions so that we can jump on to the topic of today. You never know, maybe someone has some questions. Yeah, Chanazi is saying thank you for the shout out, which is I do welcome your sentiments. And yeah, so today we are having another beautiful discussion. It's another beautiful discussion. We are talking about something called, something called environment. We have heard this word every day. People talk, oh, the environment, the environment. So what is the environment? The environment means the surrounding. Like where I'm sitting now, everywhere where we find ourselves in is an environment, But here we are going to look at the environment in a big picture, not necessarily like, the homestead and so on. We are just looking at the general or the overview of what an environment is. So according to those experts, everywhere, in this life of ours, they're always experts. They say, oh, they have now, they study deeper, and they go deeper where we don't go. But them, they go deeper and say, oh, environment, you guys, environment is just, it's about the surrounding. That's what they say, these experts. And they say the environment is mainly for the living and non-living. So those are the two groups which are found in the environment. So according to those those who like to go deeper, they say environment is just, it's characterized, they use the word characterized by living and non-living. So which are these living and which are these non-living? That's the first question. That's why I said the topic today is just like an overview. We call it overview. We are not like going into specific, or into detail. We are just like sweeping around, or just, whiling up time, and just, trying to just know if we still remember what this environment is all about. And before we go to the, to the overview, let's greet the new entrance. There is Ishwa Muhammad is here. Hello. Ishwa Muhammad. Ishwa Muhammad is saying hi. How have you been, Ishwa Muhammad? It's nice to have you in the live stream. So today we are talking about the environment. We are saying the environment, it's our surrounding. Everyone surrounding for Ishmael, surrounding for black people, surrounding for China Z, for Lucy Warren, for Bad Virus, for everybody, even me, my surrounding. So what is in our surrounding? In our surrounding, there is living things and there's non-living things. And they make what is called the environment, So this surround, everything we see in where we are is surrounding, So this term environment is just, it is extensive. It means it covers loads of things, It covers lots of things. So the environment is usually the best definition is it is where people live, where animals live, where plants are found, that's the environment, and where non-living things are also found. So with the living, we mean people, animals, and what else? Those are the living. When we say animals, we start from the gigantic elephant up to the minute bacteria. Those are like living because they breathe. So that's what we mean by animals. And when we say non-living, what do we mean? We can look at non-living like the soil and imagine how much soil we have on the planet. And we look at the water, how much water bodies are in the world. And what else? And the rocks, the stones, those are non-living. So we have all those things in our environment. Ishua said, I am great. I think we need to protect the environment. Yeah, that's where I'm heading towards. We need to protect the environment because it is there for us. And if we don't protect the environment, it is, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. We have a new guest in the house. It's Alison Map. Hello, Alison Map. Nice to see you here. Alison Map is saying hello. We also have a new guest in the house. That's Maria Kurala Riu. Hello, Maria. And nice to have you back in the live stream. I hope your day was good. How was your day, Alison Map? And how was your day, Maria? Black People says, Alison Map, hello, good afternoon, and many blessings. Wow, lovely to welcome our guests. And Isha Muhammad is saying, your lives also make my day better. Yeah, welcome, Isha. It's because you are here. If you were not here, I wouldn't find anyone to chat with. So I'm also, thankful for your presence. Alison Mep says, yes, I'm okay at work. Oh, you're still at work? Oh, dear. Because of the differences in time. Yeah, I can understand. So Alison says, yes, I'm okay at work, so we'll be listening. Oh, that's marvelous. That's beautiful. And Alison Mep says, hi, Black. Alison is greeting Black, which is beautiful. You see, people are really beautiful. They show their courtesy by greeting other people, which is awesome. So I was saying the environment for living and non-living, and it's a place where, like, who is the superior in the environment? We are superior. The human beings are superior, so they take control. We take control of the environment. So are we taking control of the environment? How are we taking control? That's the thing. Oh, we have Alexi is here. Alex and Alex. Hi, Mary. Hi, Andre. Hi, hello. Oh, that's beautiful. Welcome to the live stream, Alex and Alex. Welcome. So, Alex, today and the other people will just come in. We are talking about the environment that, we are the superior. What are we doing? What are we doing in the environment? Are we looking after the environment? Because, we can't say animals are on top of us. We are the top superior beings. It's then followed by the animals, then followed by, by the plants, and then the non-living. So, as a, like if you are in a committee, like at work, you are given certain roles to play. So we were given the role to play as the superior beings, as the ones who should be, you should put everything under control and protect, where we are living. So that's the environment. So the natural world, and the human activity, the natural world and human activity, they sometimes, come, like they clash. The natural world, sometimes it clashes with us. For example, what happens when it clashes? Like when there's a volcano, the natural world is clashing with, if we live near a volcano, we'll be impacted by the volcano. Or what just happened in the Caribbean, the hurricane Melissa, it impacted on us because it's natural. We couldn't control it. So sometimes the natural world impacts on us. And sometimes ourselves, we impact also on the natural world. How, for example, what do? We end up like, we have a beautiful mountain with the beautiful trees, and maybe in 10 years time you cut down all those trees, so you are impacting on the environment. So we must always balance. We must have a positive balance with environment. We shouldn't impact the environment in a negative way, you know but sometimes when it's the natural world, like, showing its force to us, sometimes it's hard for us to control it. So that's why they say it's natural, like the volcanoes, the floods, the high winds, the hurricanes. We can't control them, but there are certain things we can control in the environment. For example, like I said, cutting trees. Why should I go, or like, I have a mountain near my house, and then I go up that mountain and chop all those trees? That's not a positive thing to do. So we must try to protect our environment, because we are the supreme people, or the supreme, who should care for that environment. Or you might say, oh, let me go for a walk. Then, you say, oh, I think, this tree, I don't like it here, it's disturbing me. Then you chop it. No, that's not a good thing. So we must always care for our environment. And because we human beings have the brains, the knowledge, the everything, the intelligence, to know that, oh, let's not do this. Let's keep this grass growing here. Let's keep that maybe, what kind of tree? Let's keep that maybe baobab tree, because it takes 100 years for it to become a huge tree. It takes more than 100 years. So it's the onus is upon us to care for the environment. So let's look at these living creatures. Which are these living, the living ones, which are in our environment? We have the people, as human beings. We have, another visitor here. That's Rugaya. He says, I am back. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. How are you? So today we are talking about the environment. So we have living things. We have the people, human beings. We have animals. We have plants. And we have fish. We have birds. We have insects. All sorts of insects, in the environment. So about animals, we have lots of animals living in the wild. We all do, in some countries, they've managed to protect the animals, because they've put them in certain reserves. Like if you go to Kenya, you have the chance to see them, because there is what is called the Masai Mara, game park, where you can, with some tour guides, you can go deep into where these habitats the animals are living, and you can see the giraffes, you can see the elephants, you can see the lions, the lions sleeping under some trees, and you can see the giant giraffes, and so on. So the animals are in the environment. And so should we go like just making them extinct? No, we shouldn't do that. That's why they are protected, and human beings are the controllers. That's why they have these game parks. And we also have plans. Like I've said, if you have like plans, around your town or around your city, you try to make sure that you let them be. The idea is just let them be, and let them grow, because they are there for a purpose. You also have, and keep these forests, intact. Some countries can manage to do that, and some countries, I don't know what happens. Sometimes it's a challenge for some other countries, but for some countries, they know how to go about this, keeping the forests and keeping the vegetation like, like never before. And we know in the oceans and in the rivers, there is loads of different types of fish. So we just let them be. We just, like, take a few which we consume. But some of them, us human beings, some of the fish, we have never touched them. We leave them there because that's what it should be. It's the natural world. And the birds, oh, the birds are really, I think the birds are sort of lucky because human beings don't really like them. So the birds are really lucky. They are just left to do whatever they want to do. I haven't seen, like many people, getting interested in like consuming the birds. Not really. I mean the wild birds. But some people do consume them. I'm not rolling it out, but it's not that common, like we go out and catch the ravens and we go out and catch the doves. We just, in some countries, they just let them be. They don't even, have anything to do with them. So the birds, most birds are very lucky. They are let to live, and some of the aggressive animals, human beings fear them. Human beings fear the snakes. Yeah, that's why the snakes, are lots out there, and human beings fear the even the crocodiles. Human beings don't really like to although they people eat them, but it's not like common. And human beings also fear what else they don't consume. So all those the animals which we don't consume, they are let to to just roam about. But there are a few animals which, of course, we can consume because they are there for us. Like the deer, people do consume the deer, and people do consume the wild pig. I've seen people catching them, not like I've seen that on documentaries because I haven't seen anyone catching them. So yeah, some people in some cultures they like the wild animals, but I know that they don't like finish all of them. They just catch a few, one or two here and there, which is fine. We have Sister Winnie joining. Sister Winnie saying, blessings, everybody. Blessings, everyone. Sister Winnie is giving us some hugs and some love. So, guys, check on each other and connect on each other. Yeah, let me wipe my glasses. And connect on each other. It's always nice to check on each other. Sister Winnie is here, and yeah, and check on each other. She's just come, so always check on each other. That is the best thing ever to do. So we're saying the non-living. Now I've just given an example of the living. Like the fish. We have the salmon, which the salmon is really fascinating. I heard that it can swim up the river. Wow, it is really amazing. Salmon, and the big ones, the sharks. And human beings are sort of no, that's a no-go area for us human beings. We just let them be. We just, maybe we just like to see them and just leave them there where they are. And the birds, I said the birds are sort of a bit, on they just are just, most of the they are just left on their own or alone. Because there are some big birds there in the wild, like the vultures. The vultures, the big ones. And they usually are always looking for prey. I don't know, they're like hungry. They're always hungry. I don't know why. Because if you see the documentaries, you always see them looking for something to eat all the time. The vultures, they are really amazing, and it's really, if you watch the documentaries of these animals, you will love them. You know, although it's like, we know the lions, they are after prey, the small animals, but sometimes we just love to watch the documentaries when they are doing the hunting. Yeah. So the non-living animal, the non-living part of the environment, is the water bodies. Oh my, I think they say that water, the water body is larger in area compared to the land mass. I think that's what they say, if I'm not mistaken. So imagine the massive oceans, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, the North Sea, the Mediterranean. Wow, there are lots of water bodies around us. So it's not, water is non-living. Water is non-living. Its work is just to accommodate its habitat for the animals, for the fishes and the crocodiles, the sharks, and so on. So it's part of our environment, and we should appreciate. We should just love, seeing the water bodies. Although people like me, I'm really afraid of water. I don't know why. I don't think I will ever go on a boat, because I'm afraid of water. And we have the landmass. The landmass, that's where our continents are, like the North America, South America, Asia, Australia, and the Oceanic, and we have Africa, we have Europe, and we have South America. So that is the landmass. And when we are talking about landmass, we will subtract the lakes and the rivers and the streams and the dams. So the landmass is also massive. Yeah. So when you look at the landmass, we also have rocks and hills and quarries and the Grand Canyon in North America. There's the Grand Canyon, rocks all over, piling each other. That's part of the non-living part of the environment. So all these structures, whether non-living or living, they are really important to us, and we must marvel at them because they are beautiful, and we know that they are part of our environment, and we must care for them. For example, how can you care for water, a water body? For example, Lake Victoria. There's a lake called Lake Victoria in Africa there. So how can you care for Lake Victoria? You make sure you don't like do agriculture by the banks of Lake Victoria, by the shores. They are called shores. By the shores of Lake Victoria. You mustn't do any agriculture there, because what happens if you do agriculture there? The soil will be loosened, and the soil will just flow into the Lake Victoria, and within a few years time, we find you have just disturbed the or the surface or the depth of the lake, through soil erosion. So we must so that's why I said human beings are there to care for the environment. We can care for all the items which you see around us, living and non-living. So I've given an example of water body. You shouldn't like grow your crops by the shores or by the banks of a river. We shouldn't grow anything because we don't want the soil to rush back into the water. Yeah, we don't want that scenario to happen. And how do you care for the land? Oh, especially when it comes to the land, we need to care for the land. How? We need to try by all means to let the vegetation grow. Let the vegetation grow. I found some I've seen some documentaries of certain countries. Oh my God. Those countries, I don't know, they are so beautiful. They let the trees to grow and they let the grass to grow. You know, the grass will just dry on its own, and when it's summertime, it comes back again. And the trees will just shed their leaves on their own. And when it's summer, they are now green again. And the people don't cut the trees like anyhow. They only like control the forest. Like if the trees are by the roadside, then the authorities will make sure that the trees are safe for the people. No one goes out to chop the trees, you know. No one does that, you know. So that's how we can care for the land. And the other thing, you know, when it comes to care for the land, human beings, us, we must try by all means to keep the environment clean, keep the environment clean. How do we keep the land clean? Try to find ways of controlling or of recycling litter, you know, litter like plastics, bottles, just to name a few. That's how we can maintain our land clean, you know. And we also have, you know, the rocks. I've talked about the rocks, that even rocks, there's no way, you know, like, as for me, I can go like, maybe I've seen a rock somewhere. I start like, you know, smashing with a sledgehammer. Unless you want to do, you know, to use the rock, but you can't just go anyhow. You say, oh, this rock, I don't like it. Then you start smashing it with a sledgehammer. We don't do that. We only use the rocks, you know, like in building, in a systematic way, you know, in a systematic way. But otherwise, we let the rocks be if we are not using them. And we also have, you know, like in our environment, we have air. And how do we maintain the air in our environment? It's all about air pollution. We all understand about pollution, that it is making, you know, adding some unwanted particles to the air. So what should we do? We should just leave the environment clean, and you know, take care of the refuse, take care of the unwanted waste products, and avoid burning. You know, we should avoid like burning, starting fires, you know, something like that. We should just try to avoid those things and let the air now, you know, clean, leave the air clean. And sometimes, like, when it comes to like industrial, they have, nowadays people have ways of managing the industrial waste, which is really a good thing, you know. And this also avoids air pollution, you know, managing of industrial fumes and yeah, industrial fumes. So now we know what is in our environment. Yes, I want to put my glasses. We know what is in our environment. What is in our environment? They are like, basically, they are like four types of things in our environment. There is the land, the soil, you know, that is called, you know, the land mass is called terrestrial, terrestrial, terrestrial. Then there is the water bodies. That is to do with aquatic or aquatic, you know, to do with water. And there's the atmosphere where we get our oxygen from. And there is, and now the other thing I didn't mention is man-made environment. What are these man-made environments? What is this man-made environment? It's where we are living at the present moment. The cities, the villages, the towns, you know, those are the man-made environments. That's the man-made environment. So This man-made environment is that where human beings live, but obviously we don't live. We are always with other, some other things come to live with us. They are always coming to us to live with us. Think of the other the wild animals. They don't want to. Some of them don't want to live like far away from us, and we are always with some tiny creatures which we can't see with our eyes. They are always around us, the tiny creatures, you know, and they call them the bacteria and so on. They are living creatures, they are always around us as well. And we think of the insects. The insects never want to leave us. Some of them even crawl into our houses, and they like to live in our houses, you know. And the insects yeah, we see when it's summertime, the flies. Nowadays, I don't see them. I don't know where they went. But in summer, they like just to come into the houses because it will be hot outside. You see them coming, and when it's winter like this, I don't see any of them. Maybe I think they hide somewhere. They hibernate, I think. So the insects are always coming to live with us, and they're always like lingering, like they're like our bodyguards. They're always like near us. Yeah. You find the ants are near us, the different types of flies are near us, and if you have flowers in your garden, you find the bees come to live near you, come to visit you all the time. The butterflies come. It's really an interesting planet, with all those activities going on. But I can't say we miss the flies. We don't miss them. We are happy. We don't see any these days. No, no, no fly. Even outside in the garden, you don't see them. They are nowhere. They're nowhere to be seen. Hello, Maine is here. Maine World Day. Hello, Maine is saying like. And Maine is saying give the hugs and the likes and the flowers as a conclusion. Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you so much, Maine. Thanks for coming over to the live stream. Today we are just chatting about the environment, and Maine is happy, is giving us some dances. Look at that. And some beautiful, beautiful, and those ponies, oh, little birds. And Maine is really saying like. You're encouraging everybody to like the video. Yeah, that's life. We are just here to enjoy and to support one another and to show, love to one another, which is the most beautiful gift human beings have. They were given the gift to love. I think that's one of the best ever gifts we're given. So I was saying, the flies at the moment, we don't see them in the house. Even if you open the door, you don't see them coming. But in summer, I would just close the doors and the windows. What can I do? Because I don't want them to come in. Yeah. So I'll try to just, but when it's a hot day, you have to open the doors, sometimes. So, yeah, so that makes the environment interesting. There are challenges. We have challenges in the environment, in all the environments: water, air, land, uh, even what else? Even the animals. We face challenges from animals, and from the plants. There are challenges also, and even from the animals which live in water, like the crocodiles, the sharks. We love them, but we need to keep a distance from them. And the birds are so funny. They don't really, like the birds I see here in my environment. There are lots of like the crow. I don't know whether they call the crow. the black birds, and there are some which are like white and black, and there's some sort of dove which are white and some are gray. They always come around and they don't, they mind their own business, but sometimes they come into the garden and start eating, they start eating the kale. So yeah, that's the other thing they do. They like to come to the gardens and eat the kale. But what can we do? We just let them be. And sometimes I see them fighting. Those birds, they're the black and white ones. They like to sort of fight with the other, lesser aggressive ones. You know. So that's the environment we live in. And sometimes we have no control over them. So our environment is terrestrial, meaning the land, aquatic, meaning the water, and atmosphere for the air. And we also have number 4, the man-made environment. So now we are going into the man-made environment. The man-made environment are the villages, the cities, the towns. In hierarchy, we start from the villages, the towns, and the cities. Those are man-made. What do you find in the villages? Villages, if maybe they are like little shelters, and sometimes they are large shelters, and the people are just a small group living in a village. Then when you go to the towns, it's like a sort of modern. The towns have a lot of people. Sometimes even have like 1 million people living in them. In some cities, if you go to cities, you are amazed. If you go to London City, you get amazed. It's so beautiful. And the buildings there, some of them are like, what do you call, are like olden type of style buildings, but they are still beautiful. And they're also modern buildings, and they are beautiful as well. I'm just giving an example of London because I've been there to London, and I really liked that city. It's beautiful, and people there are just minding their own business. They are busy. If you go during the weekdays, people are like just busy doing their thing. Lots of people, the trains are full, and everything is just going on fine, which is amazing. So that's a man-made environment. And what makes that environment beautiful is because there are people who are caring for that environment. And we should also care for our places, like our small towns or our villages where we live. So, for example, in London, when you walk along the streets, you find that at every corner, or just a few meters, apart from, where you're walking, you'll see there's some refuse bins. So people in London, they don't throw like litter anyhow. They just make sure if they finish maybe having an ice cream, or if they were chewing gum, and if they were ice cream chewing gum, or if they've just had a drink, a can of Coca-Cola or whatever, they make sure that they throw the refuse, the litter, into the bins, which I find amazing. That's why these cities are really beautiful, because the people are really caring. They don't just like, oh, they chew chewing gum and they spit it on the floor. No, they don't do that. And they don't just like bring a can of Coca-Cola and they throw it on the ground. Because if they do that, there are always like other people who find it difficult to walk. And if the people maybe step on a can of Coca-Cola, they might slip over and fall. So people put all those things into consideration. That's why you see all these streets of London, you will love them. They are super. They are clean. So I hope, like, I think nowadays most cities are doing that. I'm just giving an example of a city which I've been recently to. And the other thing is, even when they walk their dogs, people here many people have dogs. So in this like in where I live, people do walk their dogs anytime they're walking. Even now, if I go out, I meet people walking their dogs. So what they do, they're always caring for the dogs. They don't just they let the dogs go astray. You know what I mean. So this is about the environment, caring for our environment. So I've just given an example for London, but according to the to the experts, according to those people who dig deeper, and and giving us information, they have also said that there's a group of people who like they just go around secretly, they go around the cities, measuring the quality of air. They can even do that. Imagine measuring the quality of air, whether the air is polluted or how much pollution is in the air. These people are well skilled to do that. So sometimes you see, if you go on the public domain, you find that there's information about clean cities. I didn't know. So it's only when I was saying, oh, let me just try to read about environment. Then I found this item where they were saying, oh, there is also, they also rate the cities according to how clean they are. So some of the cities, it's not, I've just jotted a few of them, but it's not like if I leave a city, it doesn't mean that that city is not clean. I just got a few examples. You know what I mean by few. So there is a way of, they check the air quality, and they check how they deal with the refuse, with the litter. So like litter, when we talk of litter, we mean the plastics, the bottles, the empty bottles, the paper, cardboard, and the tins. So most of these like cities, the big cities, they know how to deal with these things. So, and also the other thing about, they also know how to do with industrial waste. Like if they are manufacturing things in the factory, obviously, at one time there will be some waste to deal with. So these cities, these people know how to deal, at a reasonable, pace, how to deal with the litter and waste. So some of the public, some of the cleanest cities, I'm going to tell you, I'm saying some of them, not all of them, but some of them, just a few examples of clean cities. And when you visit them, I hope you say, oh, Mary Z was saying the truth when you visit these cities, because some of them are very clean, very clean, according to these people. I haven't been to them. The only city I know at the moment is London, and I've talked about London. So let me tell you about the other cities. Oh, we have AK14 saying hi. Hi, AK14. Yeah, today we are talking about, environment and how we can manage our environment. Things like just putting the litter in their place, and just make sure that, we just, when we finish, like, um, a packet of chips, we just maybe, if there's no like a refuse bin near you, you can always like fold it in your hand, and put it in your purse, or in your pocket. And when you get home, or when you get where there's a refuse bin, then you just put it there. Yeah. So I know people do that. Most people do that. This is just, a chat we are having, but I know people do that. Because it's here where I'm living, it's very rare to see even a small piece of paper. You don't see it, which is amazing. Which is amazing. Ariventi says, hello, Ariventi. How are you? And how was your day? Chana is giving us lots of love and hugs. which is awesome. So let me tell you the other cities which are really, trying to just keep clean. We love that clean. That's why some people go on holiday. They say, oh, they want to go to Madrid. Why do they want to go to Madrid? Because Madrid is said to be very clean. So people just go to Spain. Spain. I haven't been to Spain. I don't know when I'll go there. I just wish to go there as well. I don't know what's stopping me from going to Spain. So maybe one day I want to see this clean city. I've seen London, so I want to go and see Madrid. So they say Madrid is one of the cleanest cities in the world. Imagine that. It's not me. I've just researched this. I heard from the experts. There are people who call themselves experts. I told you they dig deeper. They go deeper, and then come up with these ideas. That Madrid, it's clean. Madrid is clean in Spain. It's not really far from where I am. So one day, I'm going to visit Madrid and see for myself. So Arivendi saying, how are you today? I'm fine, thank you. So these are just examples, a few examples. If I leave out your city, it doesn't mean that it's not clean. I'm just saying I picked a few because I only have a short time, to talk about this. So I just picked a few. So I was saying Madrid, I heard it's very clean. Madrid in Spain. And there's also another city in another country to the north of America, the country called Canada. There's a city called Calgary. I'd never heard of that city. I just heard it today. There's a city called Calgary, and this city is in Canada, and they are trying, they try to make sure that Calgary is clean. And the people there, they know what to do. They don't just, the people in Calgary, the people in London, the people in Madrid, they know what to do. They just say, oh, there's no refuse bin here. So what can I do? Let me just carry the litter to my house and put in the refuse bin. Or let me just put the litter in the car, and then when I get home, I just pack every litter in the car and put it in the refuse bin. They don't just fly tip. You know what I mean by fly tipping, I don't do fly tipping. I'm not a fly tipper. So that's what we should aim to do. So, but they don't do fly tipping. Even if they're driving on the motorway, a motorway is a long road which has like 4 lanes of cars, going one direction. So if they try tip, and someone, maybe your son is driving the car and someone fly tips a newspaper. Imagine a newspaper. The newspaper might like touch the windscreen, and then what will happen? So that's why people don't fly tip. It's not. It's like in here in this country, it's a no-go area. You can't fly tip on the motorway. You can't just do that. So, this like they become like our manners. I think the way we deal with him later is part of your mannerism. It's just not you. People say, it's not me, when it comes to litter. They don't do it. They don't fly tip. They just, keep the litter to themselves. And when they get home, they will just pack the litter and put in the refuse bin. How beautiful that is. It's awesome. So we've talked about Calgary in Canada, and we've talked about London city, London. There are shops there, which if you try to go, maybe me, I try to go there. I'll just say, oh, this shop, I don't think I have, I have those, a few, notes to go there to buy something there. I'll just pass by because I know. They are too, it's too good to be true, you know. So that's what, we meet in our environment. The build in, we are talking about the build in environment, the cities, the villages. Even if you live in a village, why should you, when you live in a village, why are you burning? Burning, don't burn. If it's vegetation, just pile it somewhere and make sure maybe you just dig a tip and it will decompose and it will become manure. So there's no need of starting the fires. Fires, people love fires. You just, do the manure, do the organic manure with the stalks or with the dead vegetation. There's no need of burning them, you know. So it's not me who is saying this. I have just been reading and I heard the experts saying, oh, you know what? If it's dead vegetation, yeah, it doesn't take time. When the sun shines, the vegetation will dry, and when the cold time comes, then the vegetation, after drying, is to start to decompose. So there's no need of burning. There's no need of burning. Just do we call it the sort of rotating the raw materials. So the other city is called Helsinki. Do you know where Helsinki is? They say it's a clean city. You know, this is just like gossip. I heard about it. That Helsinki is a clean city, and Helsinki is in Finland. It's clean. So they said. And the other city, which was mentioned by these experts, they said Adelaide. Adelaide. Adelaide is in Australia. It's a clean city. So I don't know. Will I ever visit all these cities just to see for myself? I wish I would. And other city they said is called Sapporo. Sapporo. Sapporo is a city in Japan. Sapporo. And there's a city called Honolulu. Honolulu is another city which is very clean. It is in Hawaii. And there's Paris. Paris. Where is Paris? Paris is in France. Yeah, they're doing a good job there. They said they're trying very hard to keep Paris clean. And there's the big city, the biggest city, which is called New York City. That's the city. I was saying, oh, one day I might visit New York City. So, New York City is in USA. It is clean. Clean. There is Zurich. Zurich. Zurich is the capital city, I think, of Switzerland. So we need to do homework. We need to visit these cities if we can. We wish to visit these cities and see for ourselves. We see Zurich, we see New York, we see Honolulu. And there's another city again, which is in the Asian part of the planet of the earth, which is called Tokyo. Tokyo. Yeah, I've heard quite a lot about Tokyo. They say it's very clean as well. And there is where the tourists want to go, the destination for most tourists. They love to visit Italy. And when they go to Italy, they go to Rome. So Rome is a city in Italy, and it is believed, they say it's very clean, one of the clean cities. And there's another one in Germany. Germany is never left behind. In Germany, they do their thing there. They love the clean cities. There's one called Freiburg. Freiburg. It's very clean. And there's another one again in Sweden. Sweden. The name Sweden. I really like that name. Sweden. There's a city there. We start with the S again. It's called Stockholm, and it's really clean. So they say. So my wish is to visit them. I wish I was a globetrotter. I wish I had the opportunity to trot the globe. Then I would maybe I would do like 4 days in 4 days in Madrid, 4 days in Calgary, 4 days in Zurich, and 4 days in Stockholm. But we just maybe I just end up just like reading them and reading about them and seeing the documentaries, and maybe I have books on them and just seeing the holiday catalogs. That will be the end of the story. And Chanazi say, one day we will visit, God being our help. Yes, Chanazi, let's aim higher. We want to visit Zurich. Why not? We want to visit Stockholm and see for ourselves, because people are always telling us, oh, if you go to Paris, you will love it. It is so clean, but we want to see for ourselves. There's another city called Tallinn. Tallinn. It's the first time to hear about Tallinn. Tallinn is in a country called Estonia. So Estonia is also in Europe. Then we have, I think I've given a few examples of them. I've talked about Madrid, Calgary, London, Helsinki, Honolulu, Adelaide, Paris, New York, Sapporo, Zurich, Tokyo, Rome, Freiburg, Stockholm, Tallinn, all just to name a few. So those are some of the cities given by experts, and they said those cities are just like like nearly, I don't know the percentage, they are just striving to get to the, I don't know if they get 100%, but they are there at the top. So we just hope that like everyone will take their part in keeping the environment clean, because the main aim is when we keep the environment clean, it's good for everybody. Imagine if the environment is not clean and you need water, clean water to drink, and people should try to to manage the environment in a good way so that they don't have challenges. All we want to avoid are challenges. Like when it comes to water, we want to drink clean water which is free from contamination. So we need clean air. So no pollution, air pollution. We need clean lands, no littering, you know. And yeah, those people who are able to can provide us with refuse bins. Then we can throw the litter in our bins. And we need so the population needs clean water. And when we have clean water, it leads to clean food. It also leads to, when we breathe in, we are breathing clean air. We won't damage our lungs. So the main issue is we need a healthy planet. We need a healthy planet. We want Mother Earth to be the real mother. We want Mother Earth to be mothering. So let's help Mother Earth to be mothering us. We should help Mother Earth to mother us. And how do we do it? We should live in harmony with nature. Nature. What is nature? Living and non-living. I'm not going on the mountain to cut off the trees on the mountain. Yeah. I've seen a picture of a mountain which used to have trees on it. But if you see the picture of this mountain, it is now just showing bare rock. This is a picture I saw. I saw it on the media, in the on the public, you know. So this mountain is just, it's just now a mountain without trees, because they cut all the huge trees, you know. They cut them all down, and this mountain is just showing rock, 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 and nothing else, and just a few shrubs here and there. So I don't know what to, it will take years again for those trees in that mountain to grow back. But I wish people would just leave the mountains. I love to see beautiful mountains. I don't know. When I see I've seen pictures of this country called, I think it's Switzerland. Yeah, I've seen mountains in Switzerland. They look so beautiful because they have vegetation on them. And when, yeah, I've seen those pictures. Yeah, I don't know how they manage not to chop down the trees. Yeah, yeah. So this mountain I'm talking about, which I saw it on the television, and the men were saying they've cut all the trees, and now the mountain is bare. Can you imagine a bare mountain? Oh my God. And the mountain is now bare. So the man who was talking was saying, so how long are those little bushes going to take to grow back into big trees? You know, that was his question. He was wondering. Mm. Probably, I think those people who cut the trees from the mountain, I think the best way was maybe, what would they have done? Maybe to trim, maybe just trimming them, maybe, and and let them grow. Yeah, I think that was the best idea. But maybe, you know, sometimes they meet challenges, and yeah, because challenges, they end up cutting them down. And Chanazi said, one day we will visit God being our helper. Yeah, we will, that's what we were saying, that one day we need to see these places so that we can learn a lot, you know. We can learn a lot. Like in Switzerland, I heard they have lots of there's some mountains there which have beautiful vegetation. Mm. So if we visit that place, we also learn a lot. You know, we learn a lot. So the question which we are now to end this discussion, the question is, how do human activity affect the environment? Human activity, how does it affect the environment? Human activity, human beings, we want, we want to live, any living. We want some resources, it's all about resources. So sometimes, because we are in search of resources, we end up affecting the environment, because we need some resources so that we can survive. Which resources? Sometimes people need, they need like to resources like minerals. People need minerals. So in search of minerals, sometimes, oh, I think this portion, there's gold here. Let me start digging. They start digging, 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 digging. Then they don't find it. And now, after digging, maybe that place needs to be level, to be, put to level. But sometimes it will be hard again. So when human beings are in search of resources, sometimes there are challenges that in trying to search for resources, they might, this might affect the environment. Yeah. So when we look for resources that can affect the environment. For example, minerals. What else? What resources? What else? Maybe people maybe they are looking for water, and they dig and they don't find water, then they try again and try again. Those are resources. Human need of resources. And sometimes when we do agriculture, and like I said in the first example, sometimes we say, oh, why can't I just grow my crops by the river bank? Growing crops by the river bank. The river bank is usually it slopes. The river bank usually slopes. So maybe someone might say, oh, I need to grow the vegetables near the river so that I can easily, draw the water for irrigation or for watering the plants. But sometimes you miss the fact that if you grow the crops by the river bank, and as you tilt the ground, as you tilt, digging, tilting the ground, what happens? Eventually, the soil becomes very loose. The soil has like small particles. So the soil will become very loose, and then as it rains, we know the characteristic of water. Water always likes, water is a bit lazy. I consider water is a non-living item which is very lazy, because water doesn't want to go upstream, like up a slope. Water, it easily succumbs to gravity. So water will just like trickle, down the slope, you know. So if you grow your crops by the river bank, the water, when the soil is loosened, the water, I mean the rainfall, when the rain falls, maybe thunderstorms and so on. So the rain, when it falls, and the water is always like going down the slope. So as the water goes down the slope, especially after heavy rain, then the water will be carrying the soil with it into the river. So that's the thing about growing crops by the river bank. We should try to save our mother planet by just leaving the river banks on their own. You know, don't grow crops on the river banks. Try to go on a ground which is further away from the river bank. This will help to save the soil from going into the river. And as the soil goes into the river, it will rush. I wish if you would go there when it is raining heavily, you see this water, it will be like, even on higher ground, the water will be like a river. Before even it goes into the river, it will be flowing like a river. So the water will carry lots of soil, and then it will just dump the soil into the river. Yeah. So is that how we can save our planet? We need to just meet the challenges in another positive way. Here we are talking about positivity. The positivity thing is to save our planet. So we need not um, to load the sand into the rivers. No, that's not a good thing. So we are saying human beings need resources, but in our search for resources, we must try to see the positivity. Let's not go to look at negativity. Let's see the positivity. So you say, oh, I'm not going to put my garden near the river bank. I'm just going up from the river. If you ask like what are they called? The ones who study the rivers and so on. I've forgotten their name. They would exactly know that from this distance from the river, you mustn't grow your crops there. You must go a little bit further away so that you leave the river to flow, like to take its course in a like positive way. The aim is we need a healthy planet because the planet is for everybody, for us all. Yeah, for example, I was saying, oh, we need to visit Switzerland because we've seen some documentary where they show us the beautiful mountains of Switzerland. So you see what the people of Switzerland did. They did not go on the top of that mountain and cut the trees down. They didn't do that because they knew that one day Berry, baby, and China and Sister Winnie, they are going to visit Switzerland. So the people of Switzerland, they just left the mountain intact. They left it intact, and it's beautiful. So that one day when we visit, Switzerland, we'll be just like, sitting. We were just like driving past, the the meandering roads of Switzerland and admiring those mountains, because the Swiss people said, oh, let's just leave the mountains as they are. you know they didn't start fires on the mountain. They didn't like go up the mountain and do the thing. They just said, oh, those trees are beautiful. Those rocks and the trees, oh my God, they call it the picturesque view. The picture rescue view is amazing, no doubt about it. You know, so they left that beauty for everyone to enjoy, even the generations and generations and generations to come. They will be marveling at those mountains. So I just don't know. I don't know. That story which that man told me is someone who told me about that mountain, which of which the people cut the trees in that mountain. So this gentleman was talking to me about that mountain. That's the reason why today I said, oh, let me just look at some ideas about the environment. But I don't know. So that it's just people to be aware that, oh, we should just leave the environment in its natural form, and of course we can use the resources, but we must use the resources in a positive way. Yeah. We use the resources in a positive way. If it's like a baobab tree, a baobab, I always like to talk about the baobab tree because it's an amazing tree. They say it can grow up to 100 years. So if you see a baobab tree growing, imagine the tree which takes 100 years to start giving the fruits. Sort of, it takes a long time. It can grow, it can live for 100 years. So then, it's like, if you see a baobab tree, would you just take your chainsaw and say, oh, I think I'll take a month and chop that down and chop the baobab down? Would you do that? No one would do that, because it's like, it's a natural tree which will strive to take a long time surviving. So there's no need for like taking a chainsaw. Now I'm going to do the baobab today, and you go there and start doing the baobab. No, we don't do that. That's the pleasant thing about, most people won't do that. Even if they see the trees on the mountain, they'll just leave the trees there on the mountain and look for other ways of getting whatever resources they are looking for. Yeah. So that's my take for today. We should live in harmony with nature, and we should try to reduce uh, air pollution, water pollution, and land pollution. We should try to reduce that, and um, We should also try to pay particular attention on plastics, Plastics nowadays are like the main issue, because, if people like dispose them like in a good way, it's no problem. But if people like throw them anyhow, then that becomes a challenge. Yeah, we don't call them problems, we call them challenges. So plastics, like littering the land, littering, they end up going to these little streams. Then from the little streams, if plastics, because they are light, they like swimming, they like floating, So they'll float from these streams. Then they start from the gutters, They start from the gutters, then they go to the streams, then they go to the rivers. Then in no time they are in the Indian Ocean or in the Mediterranean Sea or in the Atlantic Ocean. They go as far as that. So that's why we are saying, let's try to control how we dispose litter. And I'm so happy because where I live, we have like, how many? We have four. We have four recycling bins, refuse bins. So every week they take the refuse bins. One is for if you don't like vegetation, like if you do your lawn or your flowers, or if you have trees which are like dropping leaves, you can put in the green bin for the vegetation. Then we have a bin for the plastics. Yeah. So this is all about recycling. It's very clever. The person who designed it is really, amazing. So we have the second bin is for plastics, like, the plastic, like the containers for when you buy chicken, whatever you buy, or water bottles, plastic water bottles. So the second bin is for plastics. The third one is for cardboard and paper. Paper, any sort of paper and cardboard, they go into the color of this bin is orange. The lid is orange. For vegetation, it's green. And for plastic, it's blue. And for cardboard and paper, it's orange. Then the fourth one is for for the refuse, the general, black bags. Because we put the rubbish in black bags. So the fourth one is for usually the normal kitchen litter. It goes into the black bags. And you put it in a black bin. See? Chana said, need to sleep. All right, Chana, thank you so much for attending. I'm about to finish. I just have 3 minutes to go, then I'm done. So Chanazi said, okay, sis, let me run now. Thank you, Chanazi, for coming to the live stream. So I'm just talking about recycling. So those are the refuse bins, 4 of them. And it makes everything easy. We just, follow the, what do we call them? They are not rules, but they are like recommendations from the authorities that we should do that. So that's what people do. And that's why, you don't really see litter all over the place, because it's in full control. It's in full control, which is awesome. So it's amazing because nowadays everyone knows, everyone knows, Although sometimes maybe someone might say, oh, that today I'm going to fly to, but everyone knows. Everyone knows what I'm saying. All this I was saying, everyone knows that the environment should be kept clean. So it's beautiful because everybody knows. Yeah. If people do, if maybe one person might say, "Oh, let me throw this bubble gum or this chewing gum," they know, but they're just doing it maybe in the sake for just the sake of doing. But everyone knows that the environment is really important to us, and we must keep the environment clean, and we need a healthy planet because it has been a song which has been sung for many years now that we need to keep the environment clean and try to recycle, whatever litter we need to get rid of, because this will help our environment, and it's not only for us, it's also for the future. When you talk about the future, you know what I mean. So I hope you have enjoyed this live stream, and yeah, it's not like I'm the one giving the information. It is just something which some people have said already, and I'm just trying to have a nice chat, to come together and just to make sure we just keep on having, that we call it what, that like ideas, keep on having the ideas of the idea that our mother planet needs us, the planet needs us. And what should we do? We should just care for the planet. What should we do? We shouldn't go up the mountain and cut the trees up the mountain. We shouldn't do that. Yeah, we shouldn't do that. When it comes to the mountain, I love mountains so much. I love mountains so much that I just want to see them green, with their green vegetation, you know. That's why I gave the example of the mountain. Yeah, because I love the mountain so much, and I know there are some our sort of, what can we say? The people, no, not the people. There's some animals we share the environment with. So they need the mountains, they need the trees. The vultures need those trees. The baboons need those trees. They need those trees. What else needs the trees? The antelopes. And what else? The deer, yeah, because the deer love to jump across like from rock to rock on the mountains. So they need shelter. The deer need shelter up the mountain. And the squirrels, they love to live in the mountains under the rocks. They need shelter. So we are there to help them have shelter, to protect their habitats. Yeah, to protect the habitats of the animals. So I hope you have enjoyed this live stream. So thank you ever so much, everybody who managed to come and attend this live stream, where we're just giving an overview, just a summarize what we know already. And I'm happy that I had lots of people who attended the live stream. So I'm just going to read the names because we usually go to 120. 120 is is like the is, what can you say, the finishing line. So I want to thank those people who have attended the live stream. I'll just read your name, and when I read your name, it means I am appreciating you. So we have Chana Z Twists. We have Ariventi. Oh, Ariventi, I didn't read your name initially. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Ariventi was here. She was saying, "How are you today?" I'm fine, thank you, Ariventi. Hope you had a great day. We also had AK. AK was here. He was saying hi. Maybe you caught me talking about the mountain. Main was here. Main world, Dame World. Thank you for the visits. You are appreciated. We also had Sister Winnie was here. Thanks, Sister. Thanks for coming. Rugaya was here as well. Thanks, Rugaya. Alex and Alex. Thanks, Alex and Alex. Alice on map. was among our midst. He was a special guest as well, just like Ishwa Muhammadi paid us a precious visit. Black people are the chosen one of God, was here to give his support to the only and only. It's at Mary's is recipes. Maria Kura Lariu. Hello, Maria. Maria was here to give us her support. Wow, beautiful people coming to support, which is awesome. I really appreciate Roblox, the gamers, Roblox gamer was here and said, like and subscribe to Mary. Oh, he came with full support. Thank you, Roblox. And with Precious M Vlog, and she was here to support. She's been here before, which is amazing. James was here. James, the master of money. Is it money? You can give me some money, James. If it's money, the money we know. Then we had Sam's Hip Sowell. Yes, the big brother was here. And he's really supporting. He's a good brother. And we appreciate that Sunship so well. We will check on you, Sunship so well. And Lucy Warren was here. She is Lucy Warren World. She came with the full support, which is amazing. We also had football underscore. When they underscore football, you should upscore. Just joking. It's football underscore top 3. Oh, I thought you were top 1, That's fine. It's football underscore on underscore top 3. Beautiful name design. We also have Aaron. Aaron was here. Aaron said, oh, where are you? And I told Aaron. Aaron was here. Thanks, Aaron, for coming to the live stream. Thanks, Aaron. So we are going to see who was the... Oh, wait, this one. King's Lot. Wow. Hello, King's Lot. King's Lot was here, and he came to full support. We also had Vicky Harvey. He also came to full support, which is amazing, which is awesome, which I really appreciate, And the first ones, the very first ones to knock on the door were the Buddy Files. Wow, lovely. Thanks the Buddy Files for being the first ones to knock on the door. I really appreciate. And you know that, I always do the do. When I get time, I will do the do. So thank you so much, the Buddy Files, for gracing the live stream. And thank you everybody who was able, to be able. To be able is to be there and to get there and to support and to say, oh, we won't miss the live stream. Thank you ever so much to everyone. I really appreciate. So bye for now.